Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Kerbal Space Program 10% Challenge with me, Alfapiomega. Now I'm gonna start with a very short, don't worry, technical intro where I would like to talk a bit about the two episodes that I already uploaded. Now first of all, I wanted to say thank you for every single like. You guys were incredibly supportive, and I already got 55 likes, which means that I already got 45,000 in cash from the government ready to be invested into buildings. Now the first and utmost importance is upgrading the launch pad, because that's going to bite us in the rear very soon. But for that we still need a bit more cash. So thank you again, that is much appreciated, and I'm happy that you guys actually took your time to push the like button, because it's helping the Kerbal Space venture. Second thing is, I would like to talk a bit about your advice. I am very thankful for every comment you made. Some of them were technical, some of them were in private, but generally speaking you guys are in favor of this series, which makes me happy, and I appreciate every little piece and bit of advice you guys can give me, because we're in this together, you know, we're here to save money. Some of you brought up interesting concepts like the jet engines and how to save some extra bucks by getting the electricity out of the way. We talked about it. We decided that some will be introduced later on, some won't because it doesn't work. But again, thank you. One thing though, I am going to announce publicly, and that is that I'm gonna add intro slides, this is a technical term, on every single video of this series from now on, which will include links to different parts of the video on which you can click, and it will take you there, so that if you are, for example, not interested in some of the technical review, or you want to find a certain part of the video, it's going to take you there. So yeah, this is all for now, and now we can move to Kerbalik III, our next project. So the file 1D contains Kerbalik III project, one that we decided upon last time. The main objectives are reaching 22,000 meters and testing the RT-10 solid booster. The secondary objectives are maximum savings and efficiency tests. Now let me do a small stop here and talk a bit about money. I did some math and found out that we are only getting 1,408 Kerbal bucks or Kerbal dollars for this particular mission, of which only 10 are from the RT-10 solid booster test, which is appalling, and any other mission would be much better than the test of RT-10 solid booster. However, it's going to give us a little outlook on how this solid booster exactly performs during our mission. Now I did a run over the wiki and found out that the solid booster, you probably know that from the first video, only costs 325 bucks, while the liquid fuel tank costs 425. That is without the engine. However, if you burn through the entire solid booster, you're getting back only 77 Kerbal dollars, which means around 250 goes to the fuel, compared to about only 100 Kerbal bucks for the fuel in the liquid fuel tank. So what this means is that the solid boosters are definitely, and this comes from their name, but I'm quite happy that they put this in the game as a fact, the solid boosters are great only for detaching and throwing away. If we ever want to make, say, detachable parts on our rockets, we'll see if that is even an option for the purposes we are having here. If we ever want to do that, we will definitely use solid booster and not liquid fuel tanks. This brings me to the asparagus system, which will only be used up there, because we need to save every single engine and get rid of every single solid boost. Okay, anyway, to the mission plan. We will be launching the vessel at minimal power. Now, mission plan B is activating the solid booster and cutting the main engines. I made this more as a note to myself because we need to test the solid booster on the ground. So it's going to be the first thing we are going to engage. However, I would still like to get the engine throttle all the way down so that once we get to the desired height, or wherever the solid booster will take us, we will launch the engines and see if we are not going over the 22,000 meters. I don't think that's a possibility, but careful. Now, after we have the controlled ascent to 22,000 meters using the booster and engines, we will again do a free fall and controlled descent under 1,500 meters. I upped it a little bit because our rockets are growing in size, and I would like to get a bit more control and be a bit more aware of my surroundings before we actually do the landing. Project budget is 10,000 Kerbal dollars, reserve is 0, which means it's the same as other missions, and the project has been approved, and we can now go and design the Kerbalik III. So Kerbalik III will use the same basic design as Kerbalik II have. We have the command pod in the center with the solid fuel booster under it. This body will take us through the initial stage or initial climb. We will then have 2 more secondary bodies on the side that will take us through the rest of the flight. I'm gonna put it slightly more up, like so. Cool. And we will also have a parachute on each one of these to slow down our deceleration as we are nearing the ground. Now I'm also going to put the communitrons on this, 2 of them, each one on the side, so that we can send out a crew report. I'm not entirely sure if we can get a new crew report from up there. 22,000 meters is not that high, but I believe that we should be able to. We will see. If not, this is not a waste. If so, then it will help us, because wherever we fall down to, we will probably be able to take another crew report from our Kerbal. Now, last thing, we will set the stages. First, we will engage the solid booster that we need to test. Then we will have these 2 engines, and the parachutes will be engaged as the last part of our vessel. So this is Kerbalik II and Kerbalik III, pardon me. And now we just need to launch it. Now, this is not the actual launch, but I wanted to show you guys something, because several of you mentioned, why aren't we taking Bob Kerman, our scientist, up high there into the skies? Well, the reason for this is that this actual rocket doesn't have any SAS, as we do not have it researched yet, and Bob cannot use the SAS that is located in the command pod Mark 1. Actually, that's not an SAS, it's a reaction wheel, but we cannot use it as Bob is a scientist. So for now we will always fly with Jebediah, and once we get actual SAS we are going to switch to our scientist guy. So we are on the launch pad with the actual Kerbalik III ready to be launched with Jebediah in the helm, and I guess there's nothing stopping us from launching this baby. So I'm going to throttle down, as was part of the mission plan, because I don't want to forget about it. And then we'll just check that the SAS is on and we can launch. Okay, so the solid booster is burning and we are gaining speed quite rapidly, and I'm pretty sure that this is not going to be... Yeah, we will soon reach our terminal velocity. It's 330 now. Yep, we just passed it. We're over our terminal velocity, so we're wasting fuel here. Let's see how our apoapsis is doing. We need to get to 22,000. Okay, and we got it. So, cool. We got the main solid booster down. Okay, 21. 22. Okay, we finished the test of the solid booster. Okay, okay. Easy there. Easy there, but almost up. 21, 2150. Yeah, it seems like we got it. 2229. Yes, we just passed the threshold. Can we get a different crew report? Oh, cool, we can. So we're in the upper atmosphere now. We achieved the altitude that we wanted, and now it's time to go down. Let's just send out the report. Okay, transmit it. Now I need to deactivate the command run before it breaks. And we are just free falling. This was easy. Man, these solid boosters give a lot of kick. It got us to 16,000, something like that. That was pretty decent. We weren't actual at 16,000, but our projected apoapsis was. So these will be very useful for later when we need to get into orbit. And they're really cheap, so we can detach them whenever we want. Okay, falling rapidly, but not rapidly enough. Let's speed it up. When we get to 1500, I'm gonna release the parachutes. Okay, everything seems to be fine, and we are falling down to where this seems like we will fall next to... Yeah, this is probably... No? Well, the R&D department is here, so we will fall somewhere in the middle. Let's see. We're down to 10.1 meters per second, which is way too much. But at some 300 meters I will launch or relaunch the engines again, so that we get a different, better descent speed. I envision something like 4 meters during the final descent, or final touchdown, that is. Okay, we're at 200 meters now. I'm gonna wait a bit more. Shadow is my guide there. Okay, I think we're low enough. Okay, got to safe 7 meters per second, but we'll lower it a bit more once we're right above ground, like so. Okay, perfect. That was an A-class descent. Crew report from administration. Let's keep the data. And can we get an EV here? I don't think a spacesuit was entirely necessary. Yep, we got another point to science from the administration. Look at it, it's so cool. And there is... I don't know what this building... I think this is where the Kerbonauts live. Yeah, and this is the R&D department. Or maybe... No, that is the mission center. This is the place where the Kerbals live. But we can check it out, I think. Let's review the store data. Oh, we cannot transmit it now. Okay, I'm gonna transmit it now. Got it. And transmit this as well. Cool, we got another 0.2 science, and oh no, let's not go there. It's a waste. Let's just recover the vessel and see what we can see. Okay, we got recovery of vessel that survived the flight, 0.0 science. I know what that means because we got 2.3, so I guess that's a bug. It should be showing the reports that we send out here. Maybe it shouldn't, I'm not really sure. The parts you can see are listed here, and I would like to check that everything is as it was supposed to. Part value 64 funds. Yeah, so we got 64 funds back for that burned solid fuel booster out of 325, while we got 327 for each of the fuel tanks. So you can see there's a huge difference in the value, though fuel tanks did retain some fuel, so I guess that's a thing as well. Though no, the fuel is here. Unit cost per value, liquid fuel. Yeah, you can see that we got 99 more funds. So this is just the fuel tank. 327. So out of 425, that's 98 bucks worth of fuel. And here is 325 minus 64. Yeah, so it's over 250. But our funds now are 12,155. So 12,155 Kerbal bucks. I don't know why I said it that weirdly. That with a comma is frustrating me. And Jebediah is saved. So we got 2.3 science, which is not enough to get a different technology than we have now. We need 6 or 5 for that. I think 5. Yeah, 5 science for that. But we're slowly getting there. We're getting there, you know. And what missions do we have available now? Well, we can set altitude record of 33,000 meters, which is kinda cool. We'll get 9 prestige for that, and about 2,050 bucks, if I count right. Actually, 2,100 bucks. So let's accept that one. And we gotta stack the coupler. That's only about 110 bucks, but 2 prestige points, and we need prestige. Oh, look at that failure. Oh man, this is going to be tough. It has specific altitude, a specific speed. Do I think what we could do is basically keep the exact same design for Kerbalik III and just add the decoupler. And this altitude and speed seems correct for what we had before. So if we decoupled the RT10 solid fuel booster at the desired altitude, it would fix our little problem. Yeah, I think that's worth a try. We will do that. So let's accept this one and go to Kerbalik IV.